Guys, welcome to your channel Competitive Being Civil. Today we have selected some important questions, MCQs for your practice. These questions are from Vedic literature, Buddhist literature, Jain literature, Sangam literature, and some selected questions are also from Mughal literature. Guys, if you are new to this channel, subscribe this channel and encourage us to create good contents for you, which will be very helpful for you in your preparation for various examinations and civil services examination in particular. Guys, we have started a series which will cover wide range of topics, right from polity, environment, economics to various international development, current affairs, then science, history. We'll also upload gradually certain mock test which will be very important, and we understand this that mock test is very important part of your preparation for civil services examination. So keeping this in our mind, we are going to prepare a series of mock test and we'll upload on this in this channel. So don't forget to actually subscribe this channel. We will also start uploading traditional GS from polity, history, and also from geography and also economics and some other important topics gradually. So guys, let's get into the topic and discuss the important MCQs that we have selected today. So let's begin. So as I said, the MCQs are based on Vedic literature, Buddhist literature, Jain literature, Sangam literature, and Mughal literature. So guys, let's start discussing. The first question is on Vedic literature. The Rig Veda is primarily composed of dash what? So the option A is hymns and prayer, philosophical discourses, historical accounts, legal codes. In fact, A is the right answer, that is hymns and prayers, because the Rig Veda, the oldest of the Vedas, is a collection of hymns and prayer dedicated to various deities. So option A is the right answer. The next question is on Buddhist literature. What language was primarily used in the earliest Buddhist text? A. Sanskrit, B. Pali, C. Prakrit, D. Tamil. The answer is Pali literature. In fact, Pali literature is highly embedded with the Buddhist text. So the answer is B, that is Pali literature. Early Buddhist scriptures were known as the Pali Canon, were written in Pali language, closely related to actually Sanskrit. They resemble each other. So the right answer is Pali literature. Next question is Jain literature. From Jain literature, the question is this. The text containing the teaching of Mahavira are also actually known as what? Vedas, Agamas, Upanishad, Puranas. The right answer is Agamas. Agamas is the text which contains the teaching of Mahavira, right? And these texts are actually known as Agamas. So Jain Agamas are actually canonical text of Jainism based on Vardhaman Mahavira's teaching. The next question is on Sangam literature. Sangam literature is associated with which ancient language? So we are very familiar with this. In fact, this is not a difficult question. To make you familiar, we have uploaded this, selected this particular question. Sangam literature is basically related to Tamil. Sangam literature, a collection of ancient Tamil poetry actually, was composed during the Sangam period in South India. The next question is on Mughal literature. Who among the following Mughal emperor actually wrote his autobiography in Persian. In fact, it was Babur, not Akbar, Shah Jahan or Aurangzeb. It was Babur who wrote his, autobiography in Persian. So Babur wrote his autobiography known as Baburnama in Persian. The next question is on Vedic literature. Upanishads are actually part of what? Is it part of Smriti, Shruti, Vedangas, or Upavedas? Upanishads are actually part of Shruti. So, Upanishads are philosophical texts that explore the concepts in Vedas, are considered part of Shruti, or the heard or the revealed text. So the right answer is Shruti. Upanishads are actually part of Shruti. So Jain literature, next question is from Jain literature. Who is traditionally credited with the compiling the Jain Agamas? We have four options. A. Rishabhanath, then Mahavira, then Gautama Swami, then we have Parsavanath. So we have four options. The right answer is C. Gautama Swami. Gautama Swami, the chief disciple of Mahavira, is traditionally credited with compiling the teachings of Mahavira into Jain Agamas. Next question is on Buddhist literature. Jataka tales are associated with which religion? So Jataka tales are actually related to Buddhism. So Jataka tales are actually large body of literature or voluminous body of literature native to India concerning various births of Gautama Buddha. Next question is on Mughal literature. Akbarnama. You are familiar with this question. Akbarnama, the official chronicle of Akbar's reign, was written by who? Who wrote this actually? We have four options: Abdul Fazl, then Birbal, then Faizi, then Tudormal. So actually it was Abdul Fazl, that is option A, who wrote Akbarnama. So Akbarnama was written by Abdul Fazl, one of the 9 jewels, right? There were 9 jewels in Akbar's court. So Abdul Fazl was one of them, and he wrote Akbarnama. Sangam literature. So the next question is on Sangam literature. Sangam literature was produced during the Dash period. We have four options: A. Mauryan period, B. Gupta period, C. Chola period, and D. Early historic South India. So these are all wrong. This is right, D is right. Early historic South India, because Sangam literature is one of the oldest literatures in India, right? So obviously it is early historic South India. Sangam literature were actually produced. So Sangam literature dates back to the early South historic period in South India, preceding even Mauryan period. The next question is on Vedic literature. The Samaveda is unique among Vedas because it focuses mainly on what? It focuses on musical melodies, right? It's not ritual formulas or philosophical doctrines or magical chants. Samaveda is actually related to or concerned with musical melodies. So Samaveda is a collection of melodies to be sung during sacred rituals, emphasizing the musical aspect of the chants. The next question is on Buddhist literature. The Tripitaka, an important Buddhist scripture, is divided into 3 parts. Which one of the following is not one of these parts? We have 4 options: A. Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, right? Abhidhamma Pitaka. And you have Rig Veda Pitaka. This is basically a Wrong option, right? Rig Veda is a different text altogether. So the right answer is D. Rig Veda Pitaka is a wrong option, right? So Rig Veda actually this the Rig Veda is a Vedic text, right? The three Pitaka or the three baskets actually consist of Sutta Pitaka, Vinay Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. So this Rig Veda is basically a Vedic text, not a Buddhist one. So the right answer is Rig Veda Pitaka, which is not part of Tripitaka. Tripitaka means three baskets in English: Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. The next question is on Jain literature. Tadvarta Sutra, an important Jain text, was written by whom? Who wrote Tadvarta Tadvarta Sutra? Who wrote Tadvarta Sutra? We have four options: Kundakunda, then Haribhadra, then Umaswati, then Siddhasena. Actually, it was Acharya Umaswati who wrote Tadvartha Sutra, right? So it was Umaswati or Umasami who actually wrote it. It is a foundational text that actually synthesizes Jain philosophy, right? So the right answer is Umaswati, who actually wrote this particular Jain text. The next question is on Sangam literature. Thirukural. You might have read this in news also. It very often comes in newspapers. So Thirukural, a significant book of Sangam literature, was authored by whom? Alango Adigal, Thiruvalluvar, Kapilar, Abhayar, right? So the right answer is Thiruvalluvar. Thirukural actually, this Thirukural actually is a classic Tamil text consisting of short couplets, was written by a poet named Thiruvalluvar, right? Thiruvalluvar actually wrote Thirukural. The next question is on Vedic literature. Which of the following text is considered the last of the principal Upanishad? A. Mundaka Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Maitri Upanishad. The right answer is Maitri Upanishad. Maitri Upanishad is the last of the principal Upanishad. So Maitri Upanishad is often considered the last of the principal Upanishad, discussing philosophy and nature of reality. So this Upanishad actually, Maitri Upanishad actually discusses what? Philosophy and nature of reality. The next question is on Mughal. The Persian translation of Mahabharata, commissioned during the reign of Akbar, is known as what? Babarnama, Rajataringani, Rajamnama, or Aini Akbari? Actually, the right answer is Rajamnama. Rajamnama meaning Book of War, is the Persian translation of Mahabharata undertaken during the Akbar's rule. So C is the correct answer. The next question is on Buddhist literature. The Dharma Pada, a collection of saying of Buddha, is a part of which scripture? Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka, or Jataka tales? It is actually part of Sutta Pitaka. Sutta Pitaka. Dhammapada is a collection of sayings of Buddha, is a part of Sutta Pitaka. So Dhammapada is a part of the Khuddaka Nikaya, a division of the Sutta Pitaka in Pali language or Pali canon. Next question is on Sangam literature. Ituthokai, right? Ituthokai is a major group of work of Sangam literature, primarily consists of what? Epics, short poems, long poems, or dramatic plays. It is basically a major group of works of Sangam literature. Ituthokai is basically a major group of works in Sangam literature, primarily consist of what? Short poems, right? Short poems. So Ituthokai is a collection of 8 anthologies of what? Short poems from the Sangam era, focusing on various aspects of life and emotions, right? So the Ituthokai is basically what? Short poems, collection of 8, and it has a collection of 8 anthologies, right? It has 8 anthologies of short poems from the Sangam era. The next question is on Mughal literature. Which poet, known for his Persian couplets, was a favorite in the court of Jahangir? Mirza Ghalib, Faizi, Amir Khusro, or Urfi? The right answer is Urfi, right? So Abdul Qadir Urfi, a Persian poet, was renowned in the court of Jahangir for his couplets and ghazals, right? So the right answer is D, that is Urfi, Abdul Qadir Urfi. The next question is on Jain literature. The Kalpa Sutra, which details the biographies of the Tirthankaras, is a sacred text of which sect? Digambara, Svetambara, A or B, or neither A nor B? It is actually related to Svetambara. So Kalpa Sutra is particularly revered in Svetambara sect of Jainism. Next question is on Vedic literature. Aranyakas are part of Vedic literature and are associated with A. Rituals, B. Forest hermitages, philosophical discussion, both A and C. So Aranyakas are basically related to what? Rituals and forest hermitages. So Aranyakas, meaning forest texts, are part of Veda and are associated with both forest hermitages and philosophical teaching. So the right answer is D. Aranyakas, right? Aranyakas are basically related to rituals and forest hermitages. The next question is again on Buddhist literature. Milinda Panha, a Buddhist text in the form of dialogue between King Menander I and Des. So the Milinda Panha is a text which is basically or mainly a dialogue between the king Menander I and Des. We have 4 options: A. Buddha, B. Nagasena, C. Asaghosa, and D. Ananda. So this Milinda Panha is a Buddhist text in the form of dialogue between the king Menander I and Nagasena. So Nagasena is the right answer. Milinda Panha is a dialogue between the Indo-Greek king Menander Melinda Menander I or Melinda and the Buddhist monk Nagasena. So B is the right answer. The next question is on Jain literature. Which of the following is famous text that discusses the doctrine of karma? Tadvarta Sutra, Acharanga Sutra, Bhagavati Sutra, Dravya Sangraha. So we have four options. Dravya Samgraha is the right answer. It deals with karma, doctrine of karma in Jainism, right? So Dravya Samgraha by Nemichandra, written by Nemichandra, Acharya Nemichandra, is the main text that succinctly explain Jain philosophy, including doctrine of karma. The next question is on Sangam literature. Which of the following is considered the longest epic in Sangam literature? Silapatikaram, Mani Me Kalai, Shiva Ka Chintamani, Patina Palai. The right answer is Silapatikaram. Option A is right, Silapatikaram. Right, it is the longest epic of Sangam literature. Silapatikaram is the longest epic in Sangam literature. So Silapatikaram, attributed to Ilango Adigal, is one of the longest epic in Sangam literature, telling the story of Kanagai. The next question is on Mughals. Patsanama, an account of Shahjahan's reign, was written by whom? Abdul Fazl, Abdul Hamid Lahori, Faizi, Badawani. Abdul Hamid Lahori is the correct answer. So, Patsanama, detailing the reign of Shahjahan, was written by Abdul Hamid Lahori, a historian in Shahjahan court. So Patsanama was actually written by Abdul Hamid Lahori. It details the reign of Shahjahan. He was a historian. Abdul Hamid Lahori was a historian in Shahjahan's court. The next question is on Vedic literature. In the context of Veda, what does Nasadiya Sukta refers to? What does Nasadiya Sukta refer to? A hymn of creation, a marriage ritual, a word chant, or a harvest song. So Nasadiya Sukta is related to a hymn of creation, a hymn of creation. So Nasadiya Sukta, found in Rig Veda, actually is a hymn that speculates about origin of the universe and the nature of the divine. The next question is about Buddhist literature. The Abhidhamma Pitaka is primarily concerned with what? Moral teaching, monastic rules, philosophical analysis, or life of Buddha. Abhidhamma Pitaka. It is basically a philosophical analysis. Abhidhamma Pitaka is basically a philosophical analysis. So the Abhidhamma Pitaka is one of the three main sections of Pali Canon, deals with philosophical doctrines, analyzes and interprets the Buddhism, or it deals with the interpretation of or doctrinal analysis and interpretation of Buddhism. So the right answer is C, philosophical analysis. So Abhidhamma Pitaka is primarily concerned with philosophical analysis. The next literature is Jain literature. In Jain literature, text Acharanga Sutra is primarily deals with what? History of Jain Tirthankaras. B, principle of non-violence. History of Jain Tirthankaras. A, B, principle of non-violence and asceticism. C, rituals and ceremonies. D, stories of Jain saints. The right answer is principle of non-violence and asceticism. Right? So, Acharanga Sutra deals with principle of non-violence and asceticism. So Acharanga Sutra, one of the earliest Jain texts, focuses on the teaching of Mahavira, emphasizes the principle like non-violence or ahimsa and asceticism. So the right answer is B, principle of non-violence and asceticism. Acharanga Sutra deals with the principles of non-violence and asceticism. The next question again is on Sangam literature. The Pathinenkilanku collection of Sangam literature consists of 18 major works, 18 minor works, 18 minor works, or 8 works, or 10 epics. So Pathinenkilanku actually consists of 18 minor works. So Pathinenkilanku actually is a collection of 8 minor works, part of the later Sangam literature, dealing with the ethical and moral teachings. So B is the right answer. Aini Akbari, a detailed account of Akbar administration, was authored by whom? Abdul Fazl, Birbal, Faizi, or Jahangir? It was Abdul Fazl who wrote Aini Akbari. Part of the larger work of Akbarnama is an important historical document detailing the administration, culture, society during Akbar's reign. It was written by Abdul Fazl, one of Akbar's court historian. So Abdul Fazl was a court historian in Akbar's court. So the right answer is A. Abdul Fazl actually authored Aini Akbari.